Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to talk you through the SCR, the Soldier Conditioning Review. I know there are a number of videos on YouTube, but a lot of them don't explain the actual scoring system and the full process that you're going to get through, and also what actually happens if you fail the Soldier Conditioning Review. And we'll cover that bit at the end. But at the end of every movement or every exercise, I want to cover the scores that you need and also the best possible and lowest possible scores as well. So the SCR doesn't discriminate between gender or sex, so it doesn't matter how old or young you are, and it doesn't matter whether you're female or male, you'll all get scored on an equal footing. So firstly, what we're going to look at is the broad jump.
The broad jump assesses the explosive strength of the lower limb. Participants are to stand directly behind the jump line, adopt a squat position by bending their arms, hips and knees. The broad jump is performed by propelling the body in an explosive forward motion by use of the legs, hips and arms. Participants are to remain in the upright position throughout the activity and land in a safe and secure manner. Participants are required to perform 2 times single best effort broad jumps and are to complete their 2 attempts consecutively.
So with a broad jump, you will get a practice go, or as they call it, a prep go. You'll do that, then you will move into your 2 assessed jumps from there, and they will take the best score. So you'll get a practice go, and then you'll go straight into the assessment phase. But also what you can do as well is just practice on the sidelines while you're waiting at exactly the same time. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Now, as you can see here, what you have are the scores for the broad jump, and they are in centimeters. So if you can only jump 1 meter, you're going to fail. If you can jump 1 meter 10 centimeters, then you're in the yellow kind of amber phase. So in order to pass, you have to be able to jump 120 centimeters, which you can easily measure out at home with a measuring app on your phone. Then you go into the dark green towards 11 and 12. And then you've got the guys which are pretty good, more than likely big, long, powerful lower limbs, and they'll be looking at the 220 to almost 2.5 meters at the end. Once you've done your broad jump, more than likely you're going to go into the seated MedBall throw. I say more than likely because the order that I'm going to be showing you each exercise in should be the order that you do your review in at the same time. However, what you can do is a round robin of the indoor phases, then you'll get into the 2-kilometer run at the end. But generally the 2-kilometer run will be done at the end, and everyone will do that. So let's get into the seated MedBall throw.
The seated medicine ball throw. The seated medicine ball throw assesses the explosive strength of the upper limb. Participants are to sit upright against a flat, solid surface with their legs and feet together, fully extended on the floor in front of them. The lower back and shoulders should be flat and fully supported against the surface. With an explosive outward movement, the participant is to fully extend their arms and propel the medicine ball in a forward direction. Participants are required to perform 1 familiarization throw, followed by 2 single throws of a 4-kilogram medicine ball consecutively.
So with the seated MedBall throw, once again, you will get a preparatory one, and then you move into your 2 assessed ones. Now let's have a look at what you need to get. As you can see, what you've got, red to white essentially, and this is also recorded in centimeters. So 300 centimeters equating to 3 meters. And then you've got some people at the end which might be able to throw it around 6.5 meters, which is pretty far. But essentially you should be looking at good scores around 370 to 520 centimeters. Those are the scores that most people will get, in all honesty. Okay, now we are going to move on to the deadlift. This can be quite a complicated one, so we'll watch the video and then I'll talk you through it.
The Hex Bar Deadlift. The Hex Bar Deadlift assesses the max strength of the lower limb and back. Participants are to stand upright, positioning themselves in the middle of the hex bar, with their feet in a stable position. Participants are to move into the squat position with their hands placed over grasp on the bar grips in a comfortable position that will allow the individual to perform the lift in a safe and secure manner, grasping the bar firmly. Lifting from the knees, keeping a straight back and good technique. Participants will be required to complete between 3 and 10 repetitions using a defined weight set by the PTI. Participants must ensure maximum load is achieved within 10 repetitions.
So with the Hex Bar Deadlift, it's not a complicated process, but it does take a little bit of time. You'll get plenty of time to warm up and find out with which weight you want to start your formal assessments. You'll get plenty of time for that. And what you'll need to do is between 3 to 10 reps on a weight that you think you will be able to comfortably get to around 6, 7, 8, 9 reps. Because that then ascertains what score the PTI will give you. So let's have a look at the scoring and talk through it. So this is the Hex Bar Deadlift estimated 1 rep max table. So for instance, if you do 5 reps on 70 kilograms, you will get a score of your 1 rep max of 80 kilos. If you did 10 reps on 70 kilograms, it will give you a score of 93 kilos. Therefore, once we then now move over to the actual scoring table from the red all the way to the white, what you now have, if for instance we did 10 reps on 70 kilograms and we scored 93, we could have a look at the table and we would get a level 8 because we wouldn't have quite made that 95 at level 9. So following on from all that, we'll now go on to the sprints.
100 meter agility sprint. This assesses anaerobic capacity and agility. Participants are to lie down directly behind the start line in the prone position, facing the direction of travel, hands behind the start line. Participants are to sprint forward, completing 5 times 20 meter shuttles in the quickest time possible. At each end of the 20 meter shuttle, participants are to touch with their foot the designated line, turn 180 degrees and repeat the next shuffle. Participants must use opposite legs to push off at the start of each shuttle.
So with the sprints, you'll be running a total of 100 meters and it's measured in seconds. So if that takes you 50 seconds, you're going to fail quite badly. However, you could get it done in 21 seconds, by which you pretty much blow in. I know 21 seconds for 100 meters isn't that fast, but it's the turns that take the time. So you want to be looking at a time quite quick, really. You'll probably get most people doing the 31s down to 27 and 25 seconds will be a pretty decent score. So once we've done that, we're now going to move into the pull-ups.
Pull-ups. This assesses upper body strength. The arms and body are to hang straight in a natural position. The pull-ups are performed by pulling the entire body upwards and vertical until the upper chest is parallel to the beam or bar, with the head and chin above the beam and bar. Once in this position, the body is lowered back down until full extension of the arms is achieved. Participants are to complete pull-ups till failure. A half pull-up, upper arm being parallel to the ground, can be achieved if unable to complete a full pull-up.
As yet, there is no scoring table for the pull-ups. It's just a trial at this moment in time. So whether you do the pull-ups on the SCR, I don't know. That could vary from unit to unit. We've been doing them here. The PTIs then make a note of it. It will then get sent back for data analysis, and in the future they will choose a matrix, a table by which to score people for the pull-ups. Finally then, you have got your 2 kilometer run. There's loads of videos on this on YouTube. So let's just have a look anyway.
2 kilometer run. This assesses aerobic capacity. The assessment comprises 2 parts as follows. Part 1 of the assessment is a warm-up comprising an 800 meter run/walk in a time of not less than 5 minutes 30 seconds and not more than 6 minutes. Part 2 of the assessment commences immediately after Part 1 and comprises a 2 kilometer best effort run.
So looking at the scoring for the 2 kilometer run, you're looking at a failing of 14, 15, but in pure honesty, you could walk that, to be honest with you. And then you now move on to the likes of what you're going to get generally is the 905s down to the 720s, 755s. A lot of people will be doing that quite comfortably, I would imagine. So that is the soldier conditioning review in a nutshell. If you fail any of the elements, the chances are the PTIs, if they screw the nut, they will give you a resit if you're at a working unit in probably around 2 weeks' time. If you fail that, then the chances are you're going on to remedial PT, having after seeing a medical representative, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with you. But you shouldn't really be failing this at this moment in time for this soldier conditioning review, because they've made it very easy, because at this moment in time, because it is new, they are just in the process of data collection. And I would imagine at the beginning of next year, middle of next year, the scores will change and how you're going to get your dark greens, light greens, etc. But if you do have any questions on the SCR, please leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you. Take care. Bye.